Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel. Mike Catalano, along with Dan Fates here in Kansas City. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment all you want after this Bills win over the Kansas City Chiefs
It's
in
just another win.
Week 5.
It's worth one win. It's not worth two. They reminded us that after the game.
But it kind of is. Well, we'll get into that in a minute. The scene after the game, the players celebrating, you saw them on the sidelines.
Well, the big thing, too, was after the final touchdown pass to Emmanuel Sanders, Josh Allen comes jogging across the field. He congratulates Sanders, and he looks past the cameras and says, bye to the crowd. I mean, for a guy, we know Josh has that edge. We saw last time he was in Kansas City, he threw the ball after he got sacked, and it kind of led to a scuffle. He's a passionate guy. That was a big one. And then to see the players then dancing on the sidelines. And then when they went off the field, there was excitement. And more than it was just a normal win. And we all kind of looked in the media going, pretty excited for a Week 5 win.
Yeah, now look, you can do both. You can focus on It's one win. After this 24 hours, the truth is you go blow the game to the Titans, you go lose another game. Yeah, you lose the edge of what this win gets you. But look, this was a statement win. These are the Kansas City Chiefs in Kansas City, the team that knocked you off in prime time. And the Bills not only beat them, they handled them in every phase of the game.
All three phases. I mean, you look at on offense, Josh Allen, probably his best game this year, probably maybe one of the best games in the biggest stages, and outdueled Patrick Mahomes. He looked more comfortable. Maybe one or two possessions, Josh maybe scrambled. The one that led to the punt on the second drive where he took the intention, when he had the penalty for intentional grounding. Besides that, Josh was in complete control, in the elements, just looked so smooth.
All right, I'm going to just say this right now. It doesn't happen very often. But I was wrong. I'm so happy to be wrong. I got to tell you, I really am happy. The reason I was wrong is I thought the Chiefs would win this game. And the only reason I thought the Chiefs would win this game was they needed it as much or more than the Bills did standings-wise.
100%.
And they have been that team against the Bills. But I was so thrilled for the Bills and for you, the fans, to see the Bills totally flip that script. They came in here as the alpha. They came in here as the team that was going to dictate to the Chiefs what they wanted to do.
And I thought Sean McDermott, who is always, was again reminding us that it's just another win, all those things. But what he did say was, he's asked about some of the other players, and he said he was so proud of that his guys made plays.
Yeah.
He goes, when Kansas City, when they came here last year, he goes, their players made more plays than we did. We didn't make enough plays. Today, the Bills made all the plays.
Let's talk about some of those players that made plays. Dawson Knox.
I was wrong about Dawson Knox. This is a safe space, and we're admitting it. Dawson Knox is turning into a top 10 tight end in the National Football League right in front of our eyes. And each week he has a bigger game. We're asked, Dawson, what changed? We asked Josh Allen, what's changed with Dawson Knox? He says nothing. He says he's just more comfortable in the system. He's put a lot of pride in it during the offseason. It's showing.
Yeah, he's doing the things like he's not dropping the ball. He's getting open. He's making big plays, and he's getting to the end zone. Like, he didn't just improve in one thing. He was, I'm not going to say a liability, that's too strong. He was an issue for this franchise coming into this year because they mentioned it. We need better. After the game here against Kansas City that ended the season, Brandon Beane said, we need better out of the tight end position. Well, they're getting it now. On this night, he was the best tight end on the field.
He really was. And that goes to show what Taron Johnson did, kind of keeping some guys in check, what A.J. Klein was able to do on Travis Kelce. Like, it was a complete performance without Matt Milano. Was just such a telling performance as we switch to the defensive side.
Yeah, before we get to the defense, I want to say, if I could get you this for your birthday, I would get it for you. It would be Dan going to have beers with Emmanuel Sanders.
When he talks, he cheers everybody up. I mean, he said today, the best quote he had today was just saying how special 17 was. And he said he was so good that he had to catch himself because he was a fan at times today.
When he was doing the leap, especially when Josh did the hurdle.
When he hurdled over the defender to get the first down, he was just like, oh my gosh. He goes, I had to snap out of it and go, hey, we got to get back in the play. I got to get back in this game because that was just how special he was. And again, he says that, just the fact that I played with so many great quarterbacks, Josh is one of them.
And how about the throw? Look, Josh has made a lot of great throws in his time. Maybe it was just the angle upstairs because we've seen it across, and there was audible, like, wow, from media guys who are usually pretty cranky when that ball went on a line. And then how did Sanders describe it?
He said he didn't know what to do because the ball stuck to his hands. He didn't understand what had happened. It was just one of those things. And you saw it too because of the celebration. He grabbed Josh's by the helmet. That was the celebration. It was just one of those amazing moments where the connection. And I knew that Emmanuel Sanders was going to be this. I thought he could be a really big piece to this offense, an upgrade from John Brown with his route running, with just his veteran leadership. He's been incredible this year.
All right, so now let's go to the defense. And there's a bunch of guys, and you mentioned him a little bit. Look, they always miss Milano when he's not out there. He's a great player. But, man, A.J. Klein did a great job in this one.
A.J. Klein and Tremaine Edmonds. He's young, but I thought he played really well again today. A couple of the tackles going sideline to sideline. I just thought his play, in the middle, helped dictate the Chiefs away along with the score of running the ball. I thought he was that guy filling in lanes. Now, he did miss a tackle off Kelsey, which allowed them to get a first down. But besides that, a lot of times we say, Tremaine was a step late, or Tremaine should have been there.
Yeah.
I wasn't finding myself saying that tonight.
No, he was flying. That one tackle coming across the field, just a special play to keep a guy from getting a first down. And then Greg Rousseau. I kept writing down during the game, Rousseau's right there. Did a great job early, forcing a run play back in. Tracked a player down out of bounds. Got the sack, but he was chasing Mahomes. And then he comes up with that interception. He is a bit of a freak of nature when you watch him.
100%. You hear Jordan Poyer, and they always talk about it. I did a story with him earlier in the year, just how big he is and how athletic he is. But to make that play, which is such a bread and butter play by Mahomes, of a an RPO that leads to a pass, and they said that the defensive lines really put a focus this week on getting hands up, hands up, hands up. It's one thing to bat it down. It's another thing to make the play.
Yeah.
The only thing he didn't do well
was run. What was he doing?
Micah Hyde just fell. He goes, that was it. Speaking of Micah Hyde.
He did not fall. Last week, Tim Graham from The Athletic said to him after the shutout, he's like, so first question, Micah, when you guys going to score? And everybody laughed, and it was funny. And then today, Sal Majorana started out with, well, you finally scored. And then he looked and thanked Tim Graham for asking him the question the week before. Yeah, it was a tipped play. His first pick six for a touchdown. He's returned on punts and the kickoff. You remember the onside kick.
Yeah.
But this was good for the defense to score. He was really good again. And Taron Johnson got, I believe, as you kids say, got a bag.
Got the bag.
Yeah, he got the bag because he got paid. Yes, he got paid yesterday. It was, well, I don't know. We're into Monday now. He got paid on Saturday, and he was great. And you're talking about getting matched up with Tyreek Hill a lot.
And again, especially some of those scramble plays where Mahomes just kind of dances around and runs around and everybody does it. Taron Johnson really locked him down. That's some of the things that I wasn't necessarily able to see just from the lens as I'm going through the camera. But everybody talks about it after the game in the press room, just the fact of how good Taron Johnson played. Look, this defense, every time I thought the Chiefs had some momentum going, they came up with a pick six, or they got a fourth down stop in the first half. Play after play, we knew this defense had pitched 2 shutouts, but it wasn't all that impressive. A shutout's impressive, nonetheless. It's Davis Mills. This is Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
This is the Chiefs. This is at Arrowhead.
Yeah, and I asked that to Tremaine Edmonds. I said, did you prove something to yourself? And I think he gave an honest answer when he said, we believe we can do it. Yep. Now, there's one thing believing that against Patrick Mahomes and then going out and doing it. But to Dan's point, when there's those plays where Mahomes is running around, as a football fan we've all watched him a ton, you just fully expect there to be a guy open. Like you're just waiting for the touchdown from Mahomes. It just didn't come. I mean, they really frustrated him. Mahomes looked like Josh Allen did in the championship game. He did. He was running around uncomfortable the whole time. They were making mistakes. They were flustered the whole day. Credit coaching staff, top to bottom, the Bills. Dable, great plan. Leslie Frazier and McDermott on defense, great plan. I mean, this was an all-around whipping of Kansas City.
I thought this place was loud. It wasn't as loud as I thought it could be.
Yeah.
Like it was this giant, like it was going to be a jet stream again or whatever, jet engine. It wasn't. It got loud a little bit on the third down play where Josh got the roughing the passer call, which was a roughing the passer. Chiefs fans, Patrick Mahomes gets that all the time.
Yeah.
Drives him into the ground, it's a flag. Okay. But also going back to the fact that maybe one holding call the Bills' offensive line had, and no false starts.
Yeah, the holding call was early. It was on Deion Dawkins on a run play.
On the run play.
That would have given him a first down. They ended up with the field goal there. But
I think that needs to be pointed out because we said Spencer Brown. I did it. Spencer Brown starting at right tackle, the rookie in a hostile environment. Credit to that offensive line for the way they handled it.
And obviously you guys all stayed up to see it to the end. But when Kansas City scored and got it to an 11-point game, that, like you say, that play. But the idea of maintaining the ball that long, what'd they take, 7 minutes and change?
I looked at one of the photographers sitting next to me, and he goes, let's put together a 5-minute drive. And I looked at him, I go, we're at 7 before the last Emmanuel Sanders touchdown.
And then it's a touchdown, and that puts it away. So, yes, look, the Bills are smart to think of this as just a win because they have a lot. But it wasn't. They proved a ton. They proved to the country. I heard a lot of you, we didn't watch the broadcast. I don't know if they've proved enough to Chris Collinsworth yet because a lot of you were not happy with his broadcast. But they proved it to me. I wanted to see this team in this kind of environment against this kind of team, and they did it.
You talk about teams facing adversity. We always talk about Patrick Mahomes and all the things, the double-digit comebacks and all of these things. To come into Arrowhead and all of these elements with the weather, with a delay of an hour when the Bills had everything going in their favor, and then to stop everything for an hour and a half, they sat in the tunnel with all of us just eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Like, to come back out, have the intensity, just says a lot. When the defense needed to stop, they got it. When the offense needed to put a drive together, they did. They were better in all 3 phases today.
All right, so where does this leave these teams now? The Bills are 4-1 in great control. By the way, if New England would have lost on Sunday, maybe the division would have been over. Dan says it's over now.
It's already over.
But anyhow, the Bills are in great shape. The Chiefs have a little issue because the Chargers won again. And in terms of the Bills and the Chiefs, we always think about head-to-head. So you have the head-to-head matchup, and right now the Bills are 2 games ahead of them. I know there's 12 games left. It's a lot. But when you put it in that context, basically Kansas City's got to be 4 games better than the Bills over the last 12 in order to pass them. That's if they can get past the Chargers, who look really good. And for the Bills, it puts them in great shape. But in a week, we'll be in Nashville. We'll see what they do against the Titans. But this was impressive.
Impressive. I was wrong. One more thing I'll be wrong about. I thought the Chiefs' defense was bad. They are horrendous.
Yeah, they were really bad. They played better in the second half, kept him in the game for a little bit. Okay. I'm just saying there was a few stretches where the Bills weren't just dominating offensively.
Like you said, the Bills' defense held up to a 19-play opening drive by the Chiefs where they got so many calls and so many flags. They were able to hold them to a field goal, and the Bills just marched down the field. That was the difference.
And by the way, I didn't give Dan a chance to say this, but of course I was in the comfort of the press box for the game.
They know.
How was it on the field?
Wasn't as bad as you thought. A lot of the rain. We went into the halftime, we went into the media room, and then we heard that there was lightning in the area. Yeah. So I was dry for most of the game. It started to pick up again in the second half. It's raining now as we're recording this at 1:30 in the morning. We're tired, but it's just the fact of wasn't as bad as we thought, and I thought the Bills handled it well.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know, for me in the press box, 1, I'm closer to the lightning than you because I'm higher up, and 2, Wi-Fi went out a couple of times. It's a struggle, but I made it through.
What was the Diet Pepsi like?
Not bad. They had a pretty good assortment, but, it was chicken fingers in the second half. But, hey.
I had a hot dog.
We survived. All right, that's going to do it for us. We know you enjoyed the game. Get some rest because that's what we're going to try to do. It's a big week leading into the Titans next week. For Dan Fates, I'm Mike Catalana. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe, like, and comment on the Buffalo Plus YouTube channel.